When should you use reference documents in MongoDB? Imagine you're building a big online store with lots of products and customers. How do you organize all that data so it stays fast and easy to manage? That's where knowing when to use reference documents in MongoDB comes in. MongoDB is a NoSQL database that stores data in collections of documents. Sometimes, you want to connect data from different collections without copying everything into one document. This is called referencing. Instead of embedding all related data, you store a reference, usually an object HID, that points from one document to another. One common reason to use references is when you have many-to-many relationships. Think about students enrolled in multiple courses or products in multiple categories. Embedding all that data would make documents huge and hard to update. Using references keeps each collection smaller and easier to change. Another reason is when related data is large or changes often. For example, product reviews or user comments can be stored separately from product details. When a review updates, you only change one document instead of updating every product document. This saves time and reduces the risk of errors. MongoDB also has a document size limit of 16 megabytes. If your related data is big, referencing helps keep individual documents within that limit. For example, if you store a large set of images or detailed logs, referencing prevents exceeding the size limit. If you often need to query related data on its own, referencing makes it easier. For example, you might want to see all departments or all customer orders separately. Instead of loading unnecessary data, you can query each collection independently. Using references also helps avoid duplicating data. If multiple documents share the same information, like a supplier name or category, referencing keeps everything consistent. When you update the supplier's name, it updates everywhere automatically. However, referencing does have some trade-offs. You need to perform multiple queries or use aggregation with lookups to get all related data. This can slow down read operations compared to embedding everything in one document. Also, maintaining data consistency across multiple documents might requiring extra work or transactions. In backend development, especially when creating APIs or server-side logic, references are useful when your data models are flexible and involve complex relationships. They support independent updates and help keep documents manageable in size. If your application needs to fetch related data separately or maintain normalized data, referencing is a good choice. Use reference documents when your data involves many-to-many or complex hierarchical relationships, large or independently updated data, small and manageable documents, or when you want to avoid data duplication. On the other hand, embedding is better when related data is small, tightly connected, and accessed together often. Choosing between embedding and referencing depends on how your application accesses and updates data. References give you a flexible, organized way to manage data that changes frequently or has complex relationships. They help keep your database clean, scalable, and easier to maintain over time.